Today we're going to take a red oak log and turn it into oak slabs.
So we're cutting this this oak tree on a Woodmizer LT70. It's got all the hydraulics and everything. You got to pump the blade up, probably most of them, but on this one you got to pump the blade up to tighten the tension on the blade. And here you see we're going to raise it, and this is the hydraulics working. A lot of mills you have to turn this manually, but this control station where I'm at, you can just use it to turn the logs over. Has a hydraulic chain driven turner on it, and you can see how easy it is to turn a log. That's a pretty big log. It's a probably 18-inch log on the small end. You can see how easy it is to turn, just obviously with the joysticks. Now here I had to get my chainsaw because there was a piece that was getting in the way, or it was too, I think it may have been a little too long. I'd put it on the mill a little bit too far back, so my blade wasn't able to cut that piece, so I had to cut some of it off. And we're just cutting 1-inch slabs. And we're just cutting 1 and 2-inch slabs off of this thing. This piece of wood was actually one that fell down and I wasn't even going to use, and we were getting ready to get our blade sharpened, and they're kind of rusty, so I put some diesel in the tank to so I could clean the rust off the blade while I was cutting this board. They actually turned out pretty good, so we'll probably use them. So as I said, I was just trying to clean that blade, so I'm changing my blade now to another blade, so I can clean it to be sharpened. When you get them sharpened, they can't be too rusty, or they won't be able to sharpen them. They can't. I think maybe they can't set the pitch on them or something. So when I was flipping it over, I noticed this limb on the end that was sticking out, and if those limbs stick out like that, then you're not going to be able to cut it, because your sawmill, the head of your sawmill hits it. So I had to cut that off. Instead of using a chainsaw, I just used the nail to do it. So when you're stacking this wood, you need to put stickers in there that are between 3/4 of an inch or an inch. I usually use cedar, but you can use any kind of dried wood. Cedar's already pretty dry, so I use that, or even the wood that I'm cutting. I mean, I'll cut those up and use it. It may stain it a little bit, but it's usually fine. But they say 3/4 of an inch allows for the proper airflow through the wood, so that it dries properly. But right now, I'm putting these slats down to keep it off the ground. And then as I start stacking it up, I'll be using 3/4 of an inch stickers. And you can see I put them probably 24 inches apart as I'm going down, just to make sure the board doesn't get any bow in it. But they make stickers that have grooves in them that allow for more airflow. But this usually works fine the way I'm doing it here. I'm actually measuring and putting this on Facebook Marketplace as I'm stacking them, so I won't have to go back and unstack them. So each piece of board is being put on the marketplace as I'm stacking them, but that's what's taking me so long. But you got about you want about within 2 days you need to have the wood stacked, or it's going to start molding. You don't need to have it sitting on top of each other. It's going to mold after a few days.
Thank you for joining us today. If you like the content, hit subscribe below and give us a thumbs up so we can keep bringing this content to you. Thank you.